Your brand message is one of the most critical components of your sales team's success in how you sell. But a lot of businesses create a brand message and then never really look at it again, which actually hurts them in the long run. Your brand message is not the same as your mission, vision, and values, and we're going to talk a little bit today about why it's so important to consistently reevaluate this message, what that means for your brand, who should be involved in this process, and where you should use this messaging in this video. But first, I'm Courtney Galster, founder and president of Amplify Marketing. We are a digital marketing agency designed to support professional service firms, health tech firms, and financial service firms in creating growth by leveraging digital marketing to support the sales process. So a lot of times companies confuse their brand messaging with their mission. And while your mission, vision, and values stay fairly stagnant, although they go through some updates throughout the years, they do stay fairly stagnant and they don't change too much from year to year. Your brand message should be adjusted and changed depending on how you're selling and who you're selling to. You may have core brand messaging components or pillars that you use within your business, but how you use them should change depending on who you're talking to, what sales challenges you're coming up against, what pain points your prospects are experiencing, and more. So looking at this, your brand message should actually be something that you're constantly thinking about and considering and adjusting as you're speaking to different types of groups, businesses, individuals, etc. You may position yourself differently to a client than you do to a prospect, or perhaps you work within different niches that have different pain points and your brand message is applied differently across those pain points. Those pain points might change from year to year. So it's really important that you're evaluating the market, evaluating the economy, understanding what are the biggest challenges that your clients and prospects are facing, and adjusting how you talk about your business to meet those challenges. Because when you can be more relevant as a brand to the needs of your prospects and customers, you're more likely to engage them, your message is going to resonate better with them, and ultimately you're going to have a higher chance of converting them. So who should be involved in this process? This is not going to surprise you if you've watched any of my other videos, but sales and marketing both need to be involved in this conversation. Any other stakeholders, executives that are part of the brand message, from PR to customer engagement, should also be part of the conversation. But sometimes it's just making little tweaks in the messaging as you're going, or creating cohesion between marketing and sales so that they can effectively and clearly communicate to each other what those pain points are. What are those experiences that are happening? What is the feedback that the sales team is getting in meetings? Sharing that with your marketing team so that they can also adjust their tone, their message, their wording on the content that's going out on your behalf. When those two things work synergetically together, sales and marketing, those two things being sales and marketing, you see much better results. So it's really important to have that communication touch point. So how can you create that communication between sales and marketing? First of all, you need a CRM that both teams have access to. You may also, depending on the size of your team or the scope of what they're working on, you may need a sales development representative or a business development representative or a database manager to act as that intermediary between sales and marketing, because they're the ones that are going to be getting a lot of that marketing, those marketing pieces from the marketing team. They're also going to be communicating with the sales team about what's happening in the sales process. So having that person can act as a bridge between those two departments and simplify the process of getting that communication started and keeping it going. When do you need to have these conversations? Honestly, anytime you start marketing to a new niche, you should be talking about brand message. You should be talking about what your brand means to them, how you can solve pain points, what those pain points are, different challenges within the industry, so that you can create kind of a comprehensive brand message that hits those people where it counts. It meets them by addressing the challenges that they're facing in their market. And where should you be using this? That really depends on how those individuals are interacting with your brand. If they're interacting with you on social media and you have social media content directly targeted to them, then yes, your social media message should be updated at least partially for the content that you're sharing directly to that target audience. In the same way that any email campaigns that are directly targeted to that audience should be modified to meet that brand voice or to include those pain points and how you can solve them. On top of that, you should be leveraging that in your newsletter. Your brand message shouldn't be that different from group to group. It should be small adjustments that you're making between these different groups that you serve, from clients to prospects or from niche to niche. So there shouldn't be major brand adjustments in terms of messaging, though the content that you share, you may need to create more of a mix of content if you create any kind of mass email, like a newsletter that goes out, or segment your newsletter so that they can be more targeted if those groups' concerns are vastly different and your brand proposition, your value proposition for your business is different for every group that you serve. I hope that's helpful today. I would love to talk to you more if you have questions. My email address is in the comments of the video. I will talk to you soon. Bye.